Hi, welcome all. Today we are going to study about pedigree analysis. So what is a pedigree analysis? These are some kinds of symbols we are used to describe the inheritance of human genes. The pedigree we are used only for the human genetic, to study the human genetic, how the genes, genes are inheriting in human, one generation to another generation, like that. And some of the symbols are used, and today we are going to discuss, and today we are going to study about these symbols. One blank circle we are using for female, and a blank rectangle we are used for male, and this symbol we are used for the sex which is not specified. I mean, like intersex and such kind of things. And if any circle which is shaded, I mean solid circle, that is used for the affected female, affected with any kind of genetic problems. And if any a solid filled square if we are used, that is for the affected male, a male with some kind of genetic disorder. Okay, these are the common symbols we are using, and some other kind of symbols I'm talking about. They are, if we are using a half shaded square, that is a carrier male, and if it's a half shaded circle, that is representing a carrier female. Remember one thing: this half shaded circle and the square, this is only applicable for the autosomal disorders. And why this half shaded is only using for this autosomal disorder? Because in the male, in the human male, we know that only one X chromosome is there. Usually the sex-linked traits or the sex-linked disorders are that they carry through the X chromosome. But as the male is having only one X, they can't be carrier. If that one X is having any such kind of disorder or any such kind of a special trait of a gene, then it can be carried to the next generation, right? And that's why they won't be carrier. They are affected always if that X chromosome is having any carrier gene or any kind of defect. That's why. So if female can be carrier, because the female is having two X chromosomes, that's why one X chromosome is having any such kind of genes or any defect, they can be a carrier. That's why. And another special symbol can be used for only for the female carrier for X-linked traits, a circle with a dot at the center. Okay. Now, some other combination of symbols we can see. If one circle and one square is connected with a horizontal line, that we call that is showing the mating, or we call the crossing, the parental relation of these two individuals, it is showing. And if the same thing, one circle and another one square, this is connected with the two horizontal line, then it is, this is showing the consanguineous mating. Consanguineous mating means the mating between two close relatives. So that is we call the consanguineous relation or the consanguineous mating. That is shown by this symbol. And one T-like shape, if one parental generation is there, and that is connected with a vertical line, that is shown to the next generation. If from a parental generation, if one vertical line, that is leads to the next generation, like this. And if two lines are originating from one place, and they carrying the individual, that is showing the twins. If that individuals in the next generations are connected with another one horizontal line, that is showing the identical twins. In the first one, from one single point, two lines, and they are carrying two individuals. They are showing the twins, but they are not non-identical twins. I hope you know about the non-identical twins and the identical twins. The non-identical twins, that two gametes are separately fertilized and they become two different individuals, but they conceive at the same time. This we call the non-identical twins. They won't be sharing the same kind of genes and same kind of character. They may be different. They can be a male and one is female, like different. But in identical twins, you know that only one type of cells. And what is identical twins? One gamete get fertilized and it is become zygote. And after that, during the cleavage, the zygote is divided into two and they become separate. And two separated zygote then individually become two foetus. That is we call the identical twin. In identical twin, they are exactly like the same, and usually in the in the identical twins there may be one sex, like one boy and not two boys, two girls, like this is only. Now another is one square in a bracket, or in one square in a bracket, or one circle in a bracket. That is shown the adopted child. Sometimes the parents are having child, but they don't have the the same gene pool or the same kind of gene of their parent. This is because of their adopted child. And remember one thing: the adopted child never have any kind of similar traits or similar characters or same kinds of genes of the parent. So because for this describing these differences only, we are taking another one symbol of that in that bracket. Now one circle and a cross line and a square with a cross line. This is showing the deceased individual. That means a dead individual. So these are the symbols which we are using for the pedigree analysis, and by these symbols we can make the family tree of a particular man, particular individual, or a particular family. And by analyzing this this chart, the pedigree chart, we can analyze and we can understand what are the the genetic disorders carried by that particular family, and whoever had the carrier genes and whoever have been affected, and what is the present condition, what is the possibilities in the next generation, and all these things we can describe and we can study by a pedigree analysis. And this is we are using for to study the human genetics. And in next video we will be studying how to draw a pedigree chart and also some examples of this pedigree.